right fielder, number 5, Trevor Sayer. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 8, Thomas Kreskavich. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 13, Chase Canis. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 1, Hayden Trudeau. Batting eighth, left fielder, number 15, Jonathan Stokely. And batting ninth, the catcher, number 2, Ben Phillips. Coaches for Ketchikan, John Milner, Andy Bernston, and Russell Page. For the home team today, the Juneau Coast 25 Midnight Sun, subs 25 Marcus Mendoza, and number 12 Gunnar Neary. Starting lineup, batting first, the catcher, number 17 Kai Schmidt. Batting second, the pitcher, number 1 Porter Nelson. Batting third, the shortstop, number 22 Oliver Mendoza. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 21, Olin Lawson. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 6, Payson Ludeman. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 15, Landon Simonson. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 7, Rory Hayes. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 30, Maddox Mendoza. Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 10, Christian Nelson. Coaches, Joe Tompkins, Chris Dillon, and Jack Schmidt. Gentlemen, remove your headgear, face your fans. Repeat after me the American Legion Code of Sportsmanship. I will keep the rules. Keep the faith with my teammates. Keep my temper. Keep myself fit. Keep a stout heart in defeat. Keep my pride under in victory. Keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Good job, guys. Now, everyone please rise, face the flag for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good, safe game, and managers, please meet your umpires at home plate to exchange runners.
Welcome to rainy Mulcahy Stadium in beautiful Midtown Anchorage for today's game in the Matson Invitational. We will decide who moves into the championship round to face Wasilla tomorrow, as it's a battle of Southeast teams. Juneau, the Post 25 Midnight Suns, against the Ketchikan Post 3 Kings. My name is Nate Sagan, alongside my broadcast partner Ronan Clancher. Glad to have him back in the booth, and alongside also producer-engineer Luke Cooley. And it should be a good one today, as it's a rematch of a game that was played just a couple of days ago. And Ketchikan came out on top in that one 2-0. Today it's do or die for both of these teams. And to recap that first matchup a little bit and set us up for the starting lineups, I'm going to kick it over to Ronan.
Well, yeah, no, that first game was really a pitcher's duel. Colby Hanchy and Jonathan Skobik, complete game shutout for the Kings. And, I mean, you look at the other side, Kai Schmidt and Landon Simonson, just one earned run and 8 strikeouts along the way. We'll see if these two starting pitchers, Thomas Krasavagi and Porter Nelson, can do the same as they did last time. Getting the lineup started for the Juneau Post 25 Midnight Suns. Kai Schmidt be behind the plate, leading off. Porter Nelson pitching and batting 2. Oliver Mendoza at shortstop at 3. Olin Rawson in left field batting 4. Kason Ludeman, first baseman, batting 5. Landon Simonson batting 6, playing third. Rory Hayes in right field batting 7. Mad Mendoza at 8, playing second base. And Christian Nelson patrolling center field, rounding out the order.
So Colby Hanchy, the shortstop, getting ready to lead things off for the Kings. Rain seems to be subsiding somewhat as we get ready for our first pitch. And it's across and grounded down to third base. And up with it in plenty of time for the putout is Simonson. Nice play on one pitch, one away.
Third baseman, number 6, Bubba Williams.
I did the Juneau lineup, and then you had Ketchikan at bat. My bad. As Colby Hanchy just did bat right there. Bubba Williams following him. Tarek Brown, Trevor Sayer, Thomas Krasavagi, Chase Hannis, Hayden Trudeau, Jonathan Skobik, and Ben Phillips, the order for the Ketchikan Kings.
The pitch, the 1-0 pitch to Williams, is on the corner for strike 1.
Porter Nelson's second appearance of the tournament. 3 innings, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 1 earned run. Also 1 hit allowed against the East Thunderbirds in Game 1 all the way back on Thursday in the Matson Invitational. Good left-hander.
Ketchikan came into this tournament with just 2 wins on the season, as that's ripped into left field, and it's going to get down for a hit. And he's going to try to hustle it into second base. Williams slides in, and he is safe. Base umpire Dwight Green indicates that the throw had beat him, but the slide was better.
I don't know. Yeah, the throw definitely beat him. I think that you don't really know about the tag on second, but
yeah, from this angle, impossible for us to
said he got around.
To really tell.
It's impossible being on the outside of the base, us being from behind the plate up here in the press box at Mulcahy Stadium. It's hard to. It's hard for us to see, but I mean, great hustle double.
Bubba Williams now on second base for Tarek Brown, who's been the top hitter for the Kings throughout this tournament.
It makes Bubba 6 for 13. Second double of the tournament. You have arguably the best hitter up the entire Matson Invitational. Tariq Brown, 8 for 13 so far with 2 doubles, 4 RBI.
That pitch misses. I misspoke a moment ago. I want to give the Kings credit. They had 2 league victories. Now their overall record, after some success in this tournament, is 7 and 16 coming in. Juneau.
I think that's a rare rule that we just saw right here. Hand in the mouth while on the mound. Automatic ball.
It was called. There's a strike. 3-1. June.
It's a rule you really don't see often.
I've never seen it. Never seen it called, at least.
It's not a rule that it's really not enforced that much, but also
and it has an effect
don't
there.
See it called,
that pitch sailed in just a little bit high, and it's a walk to Brown. Now the curious thing is, does that count against his pitch count or not?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, anyhow, it's going to be Sayer stepping in, Trevor Sayer. And there goes the runner from second. He's going to have a steal, and on a delayed double steal, Brown heads down to second base.
And if you go and look back at it, Tariq Brown, he went as soon as the throw went to third. That's why you're always taught double steal, throw to second, because he has him out by halfway.
That almost beamed him. So it's 2-0 now on Trevor Sayer, the left-handed hitting right fielder. Takes high. Mentioned Ketchikan's record. Juneau comes in with a 15-12 overall mark to this game. The 3-0 misses, and it's been control problems so far on the hill for Porter Nelson.
Just 3 strikes out of the 12 total pitches right now.
Thomas Krasavati at the plate has not hit much in this tournament, just one at bat, but in the middle of the lineup today as the starting pitcher.
0 for 1 with a walk so far.
He chops it slowly towards third, and that's going to get the run home as it's going to be an infield single. Landon Simonson tried to pick it up and make the heroic play, but that was as good as
exactly. I mean, as good of a swinging bunt as you can get right there. I mean, that's a extremely tough play from a third baseman trying to barehand that one, and
so
that's already the only play that you have.
Just one out now for Ketchikan, and a swing and a miss. Chase Hannes, the batter.
2 for 8 so far. Safety
He
squeeze
bunts at
opportunity.
That one and misses, and that's 0-2. Hannes, the starting first baseman today. And the 0-2 swung on and chopped slowly, same area. He's going to try for the out at first, and safe. Another infield single.
You can't get much more, I guess, luck than that for Ketchikan. You make 2 weak contact swings down the third base side, and hey, it works. 2 runs in the hit column.
We've already equaled the run total
right there.
For the first game these teams have played. It was the same score, 2-0 Ketchikan. Kings looking for more here. So the Midnight Suns find themselves in big trouble early here. Nelson's next pitch is way outside, and it's going to get to the backstop, and that's going to make it 3-0 as Trevor Sayer crosses the plate. Krasavagi moves up to third, and Hannes, to second base. And
I mean, kind of real tough start for the Midnight Suns, having a couple having to really not go their way so far.
So what if you're the pitching coach or you're the coach out there? Are you telling your guys at this point?
Throw it in the zone. They're not making good contact off them so far. Just let them swing it. At this point, can't get behind the counts.
Yeah, there's really only been one well-hit ball in this inning, the double by Bubba Williams. 3 hits total, but then the last 2 were dribblers that made it about 45 or 50 feet, but did the job perfectly if you're a Kings fan.
Which, I mean, hey, that just goes to show. You give Ketchikan some credit, put the ball in play, you never see what happens. You never know what can happen.
Check swing, and it's a strike anyway on it.
I think that might have been an automatic take right there, just trying to get his timing down.
Trudeau, the second baseman, at the plate. And he takes high there. Another throw down to third. Safe. Kai Schmidt has already had to make 3 throws down to third, 2 on pickoff attempts and another on a stolen base try. And the 3-1 pitch to Trudeau is high. They are loaded up again. 8th hitter of the inning coming up, Jonathan Skobik.
I mean, you just look at, 7 strikes, 16 balls out of 23 pitches. Usually is not a recipe for success on the mound. Ketchikan being patient as well.
Pitch is high, 1-0.
It's a rainy day. It's wet out.
And then next offering high as well, just misses around the letters. And like Ronan said, no reason to be swinging freely with Nelson's control issues right now. There's a strike on the outside corner.
I think at the moment, maybe Ketchikan goes, we're going to make him throw a strike before we swing the bat, because even at 2-0, all right, well, he's got to throw 2 more strikes.
There's a strike at the knees. Maybe the best pitch of the day from Nelson. Evens the count at 2-2. And a swing and a miss, and he comes back to get a huge strikeout there. So that'll bring up the catcher, Ben Phillips. We'll try to keep the inning going and get it back to the top of the lineup. Kings with a golden opportunity to break it wide open early.
Ben Phillips done most of his work, being good defensively behind the plate. 0 for 5 so far in the tournament.
Does have 2
walks.
RBIs in the tournament, though. So he's found a way to be effective without a hit thus far. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Wind whipping in, kind of across the field towards second base. And a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Nelson. Leave him loaded after Ketchikan strikes for 3. And that's our score as we head to the bottom half of the first with the Midnight Suns coming up next in the Matson Invitational. Welcome back to Anchorage. Glad you could be joining us in Southeast if you're watching down there today. Fans of the Kings or the Midnight Suns. As we get ready for the bottom half of the first. Kai Schmidt about to lead things off against Thomas Krasavaji, the right-hander on the hill. He'll be caught today by Ben Phillips. Chase Hannes at first. Hayden Trudeau, the second baseman. Colby Hanchy is at short. Bubba Williams rounds out the infield over at the hot corner. Outfield made up of Trevor Sayer in right, Tarek Brown in center, and Jonathan Skobik in left field.
See how Krasavagi does on the mound today. Haven't gotten to see him. Don't have any prior stats from him throughout the season on hand at the moment, but great first pitch.
Ahead 0-1 on Kai Schmidt.
You know, he got an RBI on a little swing and bunt in the top of the first, and always good to have some run support early. Maybe calms you down a little bit. Lets
Schmidt
you relax.
Hitting 400 for the tourney with 3 runs scored.
Krasavagi, just a freshman going into his sophomore year, 5'11", 140.
Fouled off 1 and 2 on Schmidt. Schmidt has also drawn 4 walks, so he's reached in more than half of his plate appearances. And he takes strike 3 there on the outside corner. A little delayed strike call as our home plate ump rings him up.
They were wanting to throw it around, and by the time that Ben Phillips threw it back to Krasavagi,
The strike call was just being made.
It was just being made as he released the ball, so they have a little communication with Bubba Williams. They're like, hey,
Nelson steps in. First pitch swinging, fouls it out of play. Nelson 5 for 11 on the tourney with 2 triples to his credit. 2 runs driven in as well. And he's also drawn 4 walks. Popped foul, almost the same spot, out of play, 0-2.
Never park in the front row if you're ever
Never
at Mulcahy.
right in the front row, no.
Never in the front row. Never do it.
And Krasavagi winds and fires. Low and outside, just barely missing. Kings with an early 3-0 lead as they use 2 base hits and 1 Juneau error to grab the early advantage in the first. Fouled, and again, that's going to reach the seats right around the concession stand. Bounce back onto the field. A reminder, if you're coming down to Mulcahy for the state games at any point, visit the concession stand. The Williams family doing their thing again this year. Appreciate all of their dedication year after year, making sure everybody's sustained here.
Every tournament.
Some food and water. That's ripped into center field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Porter Nelson is the first Midnight Sun to reach today. 1 up, or 1 out, with 1 on now. So that wind might have knocked that one down a little bit.
It's a little hard to judge, yeah, especially with it coming directly in. Tell you what, the grass is a lot, more forgiving in the outfield than the glacial silt and sand that you're used to in Ketchikan and Juneau.
Oliver Mendoza, Nelson at first base, is our hitter. 3 for 9 on the Matson Invitational thus far and owns a double, an RBI, and he leads the team with 5 walks drawn. Swung on and hit up the middle and through for a solid single. Nelson stops at second base. Back-to-back base hits. And just that quickly, the tying run comes to the plate.
When you talk about a up-the-middle hit, now when it went split second base in half, went to the outfield. Great hands by Mendoza. Bringing up Rawson.
Olin Rawson chases the first pitch and he hits it to short. They go the short way to third base. Beautifully done there by the shortstop, Colby Hanchy. And I think that's going to be an early contender for our Alaska 529 smart play of the game.
I mean, yeah, that's just a great play. Instead of trying to maybe get a close play at first or second, he just goes with the momentum of his body and just gets
this
the
time
easy
the
play
pitch
at third.
gets away.
So you could say he just got the out at first, and
now it's all the same. But runners at second and third, I think that's going to be a wild pitch as that skipped in. Nice attempt by Phillips, but he couldn't locate it. Sometimes, when a catcher pops out of his crouch, the ball might be right in front of him, but it's hard to locate. That was the case there. That misses to Kason Ludeman. And the 2-0 pitch is inside. Juneau trying to get at least 1 run back here. And the 3-0 is at the knees for strike 1. Had a game here at the state tournament last night where Palmer struck for 3 runs in the top of the first, and then Service came right back with 5. Juneau trying to pull a similar scenario here. And now the count is full with 2 outs. First base empty. 2 in scoring position for Ludeman. And he takes low and outside, and that loads him up. Landon Simonson will be the hitter. Still looking for his first base hit here at the Matson. And he gets a hold of one and sends it down to third, but right at Bubba Williams, who steps on the bag for the force play. 2 of the outs in that inning, forces at third. And the Midnight Suns leave them loaded and still trail 3-0 as we head to inning number 2. Ketchikan up next in the Matson Invitational.
We used our Travel Now benefit to send our son to Atlanta for a basketball tournament.
I was able to use it to go visit a friend who just had a baby. I wasn't sure I'd be able to afford the trip, but I got the voucher and was able to.
It was to head out to California to be able to be with my mom, who needed extra help and support at that time.
30% coupon? Who wouldn't want that?
The Travel Now discount, just one of your Club 49 benefits. Find out more on the Hub, club49hub.com.
Life is measured in moments, and for more than 20 years, Alaska 529 has been a proud supporter of the moments to come. That's why we're happy to sponsor American Legion Baseball. To learn about Alaska 529, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, please carefully read the plan disclosure document available at alaska529plan.com. Alaska 529. Save in Alaska. Study anywhere.
Leading off the second inning for Ketchikan, shortstop Colby Hanchey.
Colby Hanchey leading things off for the the Ketchikan Kings, post 3, as they batted around in the first inning. Plated 3 and left them loaded. And a swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Porter Nelson back on the hill for his second inning. Threw 30 pitches to get through the first. That pitch just maybe a little high, 1-2 now. Hanchey grounded out on the first pitch he saw in the first. And then it was nothing but trouble until the end of the lineup for Nelson and the Midnight Suns. The 2-2 is swung on and popped up. That'll stay on the infield for Mendoza, who makes the routine play, 1 out.
And just capped that one right off the end of the bat. Looked like it was actually going way further than it was from the kind of the trajectory that you see from behind the plate up here in the press box, but landed just about at second base where Mendoza easily corralled that one.
Bubba Williams got his team's rally started in the first with a 1-out double to left field. Hustled in, barely beat the throw with a good slide, and he came around to score. Bubba now 5 for 12 on the tourney with 4 runs scored. And he takes outside, or ball 1. The left-hander winds and fires high and away, 3-1.
He just got a fastball over the heart of the plate last time up, drilled it down the left field line.
And the pitch is fouled back as the count runs full. Again, pleased to have everybody watching down in Southeast. Hope you're having a pleasant end of July there. The payoff pitch swung on and fouled off. That's probably going to reach the seats as Ludeman gave it quite a run from first base.
I'd say, we complain about, oh man, it's windy and rainy. Well, I'm sure these kids are none to complain about today.
This is solid weather for these guys. Another payoff pitch, swung on and missed. And there's now 2 away as the top 2 hitters in the Kings lineup. Can't reach, and Tarek Brown, the batter, walked and scored. I would say he's quite a major contender for the big stick in this tournament. 8 for 13 now. 4 ribbies.
Walked for his first time in the tournament last at bat.
And surprisingly, that led to his first run scored of the tournament. Not often you see somebody with 8 hits and just 1 run out of that. As it's lofted into left field, and a nice play by Mendoza.
Range.
Who went a long way and caught the ball in front of Olin Rawson to make it a 1-2-3 second inning for Ketchikan. Juneau up next in the bottom half here in the Matson Invitational.
My favorite part of Club 49 is the fact that you get 2 free bags to go with you.
My family of 5 just flew to Hawaii and back with 10 free check bags.
Beach towels, pineapple cutter, sunscreen, a tent to throw up on the beach.
I was able to go out of state for college so much cheaper. You're packing up your whole life into bags for like the least amount of cost. That was a huge deal for me.
2 free bags, just one of your Club 49 benefits. Find out more on the Hub, club49hub.com.
I am a child of the Arctic. I stand on the shoulders of those
who came before me. Raised by tradition, I will succeed for my family, for my community, for myself. I share
all that I've learned with those who will follow.
And what I do here
will have an impact around the world.
I am
Inupiaq, and I am ASRC. ASRC, strengthening Alaska through our values.
Alaska 529 is an education savings plan designed to make it easy for parents and loved ones to save for education. Whatever sparks your child's imagination and curiosity, we can help you save for it. Open an account today with as little as $25. It's never too early to plan for the future. Save in Alaska, study anywhere. Visit Alaska529plan.com for details. First pitch sails inside to Rory Hayes, right fielder. And he chops that one down to third base. Tough play for Bubba Williams, and the throw is on time on one hop. Nicely dug out by Chase Hannis. One away.
You see Krasavagi, had a little bit of a tough time settling in last inning. You see Porter Nelson having a 1-2-3 inning in the top half of the second. See if Krasavagi can do the same.
Madden Mendoza, the hitter. 2 for 9 on the tourney. Second baseman takes strike 1. And the next offering is at the knees as Krasavagi gets ahead 0-2.
Not in our program on the Juneau roster.
You would assume he's the younger brother of Oliver, who's a class of 2021 player, as it's grounded to second base. Hayden Trudeau makes the routine play, and it's 2 up, 2 down quickly for the Midnight Suns.
Also, younger brother of Owen Mendoza, used to play for Juneau back in the at least part of the three-peat from 17 to 19. The state championship.
Christian Nelson takes a strike on the inside corner. Nelson 1 for 5 at the Matson thus far.
See a little confidence on that pitch. First pitch curveball over for a strike.
It's been all or nothing kind of for Matson, or for Nelson here at the Matson. 4 walks, also 4 strikeouts. Now it's
they call that a 3 true outcome hitter.
A what hitter?
A 3 true outcome. In the MLB, you'd either hit a home run or walk or strike out.
Right.
Here it's really 2. In high school, it's usually 2 true outcomes.
The 1-2, and there's another strikeout, and that ends the inning. 1-2-3. Down go the Midnight Suns. We head to the third. Ketchikan leading 3-0, and coming up next in the Matson Invitational.
And you're a Club 49 member?
Yes, I am.
I've been a Club 49 member probably for 7 or 8 years.
Wow, I've been a Club 49 member, I think almost as long as I lived in Alaska.
My cousin referred me to the Club 49 plan years ago because you get so many benefits.
When they introduced Club 49, I was all over it.
It's a benefit just for Alaskans.
We travel a lot to Kotzebue, so we use Alaska Airlines and our Club 49 benefit every year. It's a great organization to travel with.
No matter how different we may seem, there's something we all share as Alaskans. The grit, determination, and ingenuity that has made impossible feats possible. The same spirit that 40 years ago made the oil field of Prudhoe Bay possible. Today, the Alaska Oil and Gas Association celebrates something bigger. A celebration of the spirit that connects all Alaskans, that sets us apart from every other place on Earth, that will lead us into the future.
Special thank you to everyone at Alaska Airlines for their longtime support of Alliance Baseball in Alaska. Their partial underwriting of team travel allows American Legion to be a truly statewide endeavor. The Alliance is also extremely grateful as well for Alaska Airlines' sponsorship of youth camps and clinics throughout the year.
You talk about a statewide endeavor. You look at this game.
Here we go.
Yeah, right? You know, Juneau and Ketchikan
battling to play Wasilla tomorrow.
I would assume Wasilla doesn't fly in to play games in Anchorage.
No, but it's good geographical diversity,
yeah,
I guess
exactly.
is what I'm saying. 1-1 pitch coming up. And a swing and a miss by Trevor Sayer. Walked and scored in the first. 300 hitter for the Matson so far. And he's down on strikes there. Goes down swinging. And that's now 6 straight batters retired after Nelson allowed, what would that have been, 6 straight Kings to reach in the first.
Leadoff hitter got out, then yeah.
And a swing and a miss on Krasavaji, who drove home a run with an infield single.
Seemed like he's settling in on the mound as well. I mean, both the pitchers.
And Nelson now working very quickly, set for the 1-1. And another swing and a miss. Definitely feeling stronger and more confident after escaping the bases loaded jam to end the first.
You know what I hear rumors rumors about for next year is potentially Sitka having a Legion team.
That would be a terrific addition.
Make the milk run
outside.
Have the milk run road trip down to Juneau, Sitka, and Ketchikan. That could be actually a pretty cool series for a team if they wanted to do it.
The 3-2 pitch to Krasavaji is fouled off to the right side. That's going to get out of play. Doesn't look like the Suns wanting to break through today here in Anchorage. So we had a very nice weekend. And a swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Porter Nelson. Now 7 straight set down by the southpaw. Chase Hannes will be the batter. He was the second part of those back-to-back infield single RBIs in the first.
5K so far for Porter Nelson. You talk about just so quick in between pitches, getting himself in a rhythm.
And it's chopped down to shortstop. Mendoza up with it, And he gets him by just about a half a step. Nice hustle there out of the box by Hannes, but it's a 1-2-3 third as Ketchikan goes down, and the bottom half coming up next with the Midnight Suns taking their cuts in the Matson Invitational.
My favorite part of Club 49 is the 2 free bags.
Every other airline, you have to pay huge baggage fees, and with Club 49, you don't have to.
I don't have to settle for what I want to take. I can have everything that I need with me.
It takes a lot of luggage with all of my chaps and hats.
I can take a ton of stuff anywhere.
It allows me to take my buddy Fred here anywhere I'd like to go.
2 free bags, just one of your Club 49 benefits. Find out more on the Hub, club49hub.com.
Roads to bridges and buildings to the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, the men and women of the laborers work hand in hand with other construction trades to build Alaska.
So the laborers are pretty much the first ones on the job and the last ones to go. We have specific skills that we do, such as pipe laying, grade checking, pouring concrete, scaffold, hot carrying, insulation. But we also support the other crafts in their needs, whether it be the carpenters, the iron workers, or the plumbers and pipe fitters.
Welcome back to Anchorage and Mulcahy Stadium. Nate Sagan alongside Ronan Clancher bringing you the action from the Matson Invitational. These teams playing in a rematch of, I believe, a game that was played on day 2 of the tourney.
Yep.
2-0 won by Ketchikan, and the Kings on top again now. 3-0 after a big first inning. And there's a bunt by Kai Schmidt. Krasavagi off the hill nicely to field it, though.
Just calmly. Just off the mound.
Looked as calm and collected as a 15-year Major League vet coming off to field that bunt. Surprise bunt by Schmidt.
Call that the PFPs, the pitcher fielding practice. Always pitcher's favorite part of practice, really. Repetition.
Porter Nelson singled and got himself as far as third base in the first, but was stranded. He takes low there.
And after kind of a tough inning for both of these starting pitchers, Porter Nelson's definitely settled down quite a bit. See how Krasavagi does here in the third. Good play to start it, though.
Fouled off. 2-1 now on Nelson, who is 5 for 11 in the tournament.
It's about the 4th time he's fouled off in about the same spot. Just out in front of it on the outside pitch.
And the 2-1 is popped up. That's going to stay playable. Center of the field. And the shortstop, Hanshy, calls off the center fielder Brown to make the catch.
All the way in right center, shallow right center field for the shortstop.
Not where you would guess the shortstop would be making the catch, but well done by Hanshy. And there's 2 down now for Oliver Mendoza, who ripped a single up the middle in his first trip. He takes inside there, 1-0. Krasavagi just at 35 pitches to record his first 8 outs. That one skips in to make it 2-0, as now the wind is ripping from left field straight toward home plate.
Outfielders got to keep that in mind, and as well as the, I guess infielders, everyone's got to keep it in mind for pop-ups.
And that one up the middle again, virtually the same hit that he had in the first inning. And maybe they should put the shift on for him next time.
I mean, you
Mendoza
have
now 2 for 2.
You have 2 hits just right up the middle. Definitely got the timing down. Not trying to do too much as well. I think that's the thing that maybe other hitters are doing at the moment. Just trying to do too much, popping it up. It's nice and simple.
Owen Rawson stands in. Juneau now on top in the hit column, 3-2, but obviously the one that matters the most runs trailing 3-0. Low on Rawson, make it 2-0. Rawson hit into a fielder's choice grounder his first time up. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on, and was it foul tipped, or was that a
I think it just went in the dirt.
Of a swing and a miss, right?
It was just a hit and run on.
So a defensive swing just to kind of distract the catcher, and it actually works.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to make contact with the ball right there. Also, I see Rory Hayes warming up in the bullpen for Juneau.
Swung on and it fouled off by a foot or two down the right field line to make it 2-2. Rawson flirting with an RBI right there. 3 for 9 now on the tournament. He does have 2 ribbies. .500 on base percentage as well. And he takes strike 3, or is that strike 3? Yes, at the knees. And
another late strike 3 call. I don't know if anybody really.
That'll do it as Juneau leaves another runner in scoring position. And we head to the 4th inning with Ketchikan batting with a 3-0 lead in the Matson Invitational.
I'm Paige. And I'm Elise. And we're from Anchorage.
I am a Club 49 member.
I'm a Club 49 member.
I'm a Club 49 member.
I'm a Club 49 member. I'm a Club 49 member.
Us Alaskans, we have to stick together.
I'm very happy being a Club 49 member. It really just helps make everything very convenient.
It's the only way we go.
I'm in the club.
I'm in the club.
I'm in the club.
I'm in the club.
Are you in the club? Are you in the club?
Join today.
Find out more on the Hub, club49hub.com.
I love Club 49.
Welcome back to Mulcahy. Ketchikan coming off another scoreless defensive frame and trying to add on to a 3-0 lead here. Battle of Southeast rivals in the Matson Invitational, with the winner marching on to tomorrow's championship day against Wasilla.
Say day, not game, as in Wasilla has no losses so far, and it's a double elimination tournament, which means whichever team wins this one will have to win twice against Wasilla tomorrow.
0-2 now after that pitch is fouled off.
Talk about a little bit in the break. Talk with Jeremy Ludeman throughout the year, and whenever he comes up into town, see him at the ball fields. They're thinking about changing the name to Auk Bay, which was the name for Juneau back in the early days of Legion. You see the jerseys pinstripes, say Auk Bay on the front, pretty sharp.
Today in their whites with the blue trim. And it's 2-2 on Hayden Trudeau, who walked his first time up. And high and away, the pitch from Nelson, who's now up to 63 tosses in this one.
So a Ketchikan jersey's a little bit different. Kind of have the scarlet top with the gray bottom. Pinstripes.
Trudeau takes inside and he draws a leadoff walk. Sets things up for Jonathan Skobik. Skobik played a big role on the hill as one of the two pitchers in that combined shutout of Juneau the other day. Today he's 0 for 1 at the plate with a strikeout. Looking for his second hit in the tournament right now. And he puts down a bunt but fouls it off.
Maybe a little bit too excited on the bunt, trying to jab at it instead of just kind of letting the ball hit the bat. Deaden it. Trying to push that one.
Ben Phillips, the catcher, on deck. Skobik bunts and misses.
There's a lot of foot movement, a lot of moving your head in that situation where you want to keep calm in the feet, have your eyes right over the bat, basically.
Skobik, still pretty young player, just heading into his sophomore year of high school. And he offers at the bunt and bunts it foul, and yep, strikeout. So the bunt still on with 2 strikes, and it doesn't work. And I think if you're the coach, at least you say, hey, at least we didn't hit into a double play. Try to look at it positive. Ben Phillips, the hitter, he struck out to end the first inning with the bases loaded.
Three runs so far, all the way back in the first inning.
And he hits it into shallow center field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Ben Phillips with his team's 3rd base hit.
His first of the tournament.
Well done by the catcher. Phillips heading into his junior year of high school. Another player we'll be seeing the next couple years with the Kings. Hanshy, the batter, again. 0 for 2. And he takes one right under the 3 on the back of his uniform to load him up.
Kind of repeating itself here in the 4th inning. First batter gets out, then bases are loaded now.
For Bubba Williams, who's had the loudest hit of the day for his team. 1-out double in the first. That got that 3-run rally going. He struck out his last time up. Now 6 for 14 on the tournament. Just 1 RBI, but he could double that or more here with 1 swing. Nelson now up at 70 pitches, and the 1-0 is high.
So Rory Hayes was in the bullpen last half inning when Juneau was at bat. I would think if they walk right here, Rory Hayes is going to come into the game.
That's skipped in, and Schmidt saves a run, at least momentarily, with that nice stop. And the 3-0 right down the middle. Williams showed bunt, but was really taking all the way there. See if he makes him throw another strike here. He does, and he doesn't. And it's a 5-pitch walk, and it forces home a run to make it 4-0 Kings. Schmidt acting at least with his body language Nelson acting with his body language like that will be the end of his day, and indeed it is. So he leaves, and we'll turn it over to another Juneau pitcher with the Kings in control and looking for more. up 4-0 when we return here in the Matson Invitational.
We used our Travel Now benefit to send our son to Atlanta for a basketball tournament.
I was able to use it to go visit a friend who just had a baby. I wasn't sure I'd be able to afford the trip, but I got the voucher and was able to.
It was to head out to California to be able to be with my mom, who needed extra help and support at that time.
30% coupon? Who wouldn't want that?
The Travel Now discount, just one of your Club 49 benefits. Find out more on the Hub, club49hub.com.
Life is measured in moments, and for more than 20 years, Alaska 529 has been a proud supporter of the moments to come. That's why we're happy to sponsor American Legion Baseball. To learn about Alaska 529, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, please carefully read the plan disclosure document available at alaska529plan.com. Alaska 529. Save in Alaska. Study anywhere.
Rory Hayes is the new pitcher on the hill for the Midnight Suns from Post 25 down in the capital city. And he will face the most dangerous bat, at least numbers-wise, so far in the tournament for the Kings. Tarek Brown, 8 for 14 with 4 RBIs and stepping up with the bases loaded. He takes ball 1 high.
You have wind whipping around here at Mulcahy Stadium any which way. Seems like it's changing about every couple minutes. Hear it on your field mic.
Rory Hayes, class of 2023, right-hander. Stands 6 foot, according to our official program here. And he's evened up the count at a ball and a strike. And the next pitch. There's one right down the middle, a breaking ball, off speed. Had Brown a little off balance there, and it's 1-2. And its pitch is swung on and hit into left field for a base hit. That's going to score a pair and make it 6-0. Ketchikan Kings. Tarek Brown's red hot. Matson Invitational continues. Now 6 ribbies on the tournament, 9 hits, and he has put his team up by a half a dozen runs.
And that's what you want to see from a left-handed hitter right there. Just third hitter, line drive, great hit over the shortstop Mendoza.
And with 2 strikes as well.
And just nice keeping his hands inside, nice line drive. Yeah, he's been arguably the best hitter in the tournament.
And one of the most experienced players as well. A 5th-year player, class of 2021.
He was actually in the last Ketchikan Kings Matson Invitational win back in 2019.
This tournament now in its 9th edition, with Matson, our fine title sponsor, being on board for every single one of those. Really want to thank them for their commitment to youth baseball here in our state. It's made a huge difference having these young men being able to extend their season a little bit longer and play for a title. Last year, Wasilla pounded out 18 runs in a 18-13 win over Fairbanks in the title game. Road Warriors trying to get back in the championship column as there's a swing and a miss and a strikeout. 2 down now. And Thomas Krasavagi steps to the plate. 1 for 2 with an RBI infield single. There goes the runner to third, and he'll have a clean steal. Bubba Williams takes it. No double steal, though. Actually, I was reading from the wrong spot. It was Wasilla beating West last year 9-0 in the title game. That 18-13 game was a different game, same tournament. There goes the runner to second, and 1 pitch later, he decides to steal. Tarek Brown takes it without a throw. Kai Schmidt not taking any chances with the runner at third base. And the 1-1 pitch.
Now Rory Hayes got to kind of stop the bleeding here, as a base hit could make this one seem out of reach for the Midnight Suns.
The 2-1 coming up from Hayes. Swung on and just getting a piece of it foul back to the screen. Ketchikan already in control, looking to blow this one wide open with a base hit here. The 2-2, 2-out, 2-on pitch is just off the plate. Hard to tell on a couple of these because our home plate umpire has given us a couple late strike 3 calls, so that's, if you hear me hesitating, that might be why. And the 3-2 is high and outside, misses by a lot, and loads him up for Chase Hannes. Hannes singled home a run with an infield base knock back in the first. Grounded out his last time up. 3 for 10 on the tournament. And the first pitch is high. Hannes really does the opposite of crowding the plate with his stance. He's got an open batting stance, and he's all the way on the outside of the batter's box, on the left-hand batter's box. And he fouls that one off. So whereas you'll see a lot of players crowd the plate, he does really the opposite.
Ends up about right in the middle of the batter's box, but yeah, does start with his right foot on the right side of the left-handed batter's box.
And he hits it in the air to shallow center field, where Porter Nelson had him played perfectly for out number 3. And the Kings finally retired. We head to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's now 6-0 Ketchikan here in the Matson Invitational.
My favorite part of Club 49 is the fact that you get 2 free bags to go with you.
My family of 5 just flew to Hawaii and back with 10 free check bags.
Beach towels, pineapple cutter, sunscreen, a tent to throw up on the beach.
I was able to go out of state for college so much cheaper. You're packing up your whole life into bags for like the least amount of cost. That was a huge deal for me.
2 free bags, just one of your Club 49 benefits. Find out more on the Hub, club49hub.com.
I am a child of the Arctic. I stand on the shoulders of those
who came before me. Raised by tradition, I will succeed for my family, for my community, for myself. I share
all that I've learned with those who will follow.
And what I do here
will have an impact around the world.
I am
Inupiaq, and I am ASRC. ASRC, strengthening Alaska through our values.
Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium. Nate Sagan alongside Ronan Clancher with producer-engineer Luke Cooley on the 1s and 2s, and Thomas Krasavagi is getting it done for his team on the hill. We weren't quite sure what we were going to see out of the right-hander today, but right now he is at 42 pitches, so 14 per inning heading into the 4th here. Bottom half of the 4th. Juneau, the higher seed in this tournament.
And so far, just 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Or actually, no, that was the other pitcher. 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, no earned runs so far, and he's been pretty solid, just letting him make contact.
This is the young man who drew the walk, Kason Ludeman, the batter. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. And a 1-1 pitch on the way. Ducks out of the way, high and inside.
Say Krasavagi, just a freshman this year going into his sophomore year. Good looks for the Ketchikan Kings.
That pitch misses. Make it 3-1 on the Juneau first baseman. And he rips one into left field for a base hit. 4th base hit of the day, and the leadoff man is on. Juneau in need of multiple base runners at this point, obviously down by a 6th spot. Landon Simonson, the hitter, has really struggled at the plate, looking to break out of a slump here in the Matson. And he goes to put down the bunt, but bunts it back towards his own dugout on the first base line.
You know, I get you want to move a runner over, but I guess down 6. I don't know if I agree with the bunt call here.
We're in the middle inning of our 7-inning contest.
There ain't many outs to work with.
And the bunt does get put down, and good communication there at the very last second by Ben Phillips and his pitcher. Phillips making the play, as there was a little bit of confusion brewing, but they got it done. 2-3 goes the put out on the sack bunt. Rory Hayes will be the batter now. The runner at second base, 1 out.
I guess you also got to say with the bunt, Simonson's been really struggling at the plate. Maybe just you get him a bunt not just to move a runner over, but it also has you keep the eye on the ball all the way to contact with the bat. That's also a thought process there.
That's hit slowly and off the glove of Krasavagi, and as it rolls toward this second baseman's vacated spot, the runner Ludeman comes all the way home to score on a seeing eye infield single
with an error.
Well, that was a tough play for Krasavagi to get his glove on it.
I think it's a single with an error. Luke Cooley being stingy over there is the official score. He's just saying.
We're officially disagreeing with Luke. I would have given that an infield single. So, in any case, there's a run-in for Juneau, and now caught stealing as Rory Hayes.
He kind of held up,
changed
going
his
into
mind,
second base,
stopped about 70 feet towards first base, and that's a big spot in this game because he looks to be injured.
And what happened there
wondered if he.
I don't know if he thought there was no throw, but kind of went into the base late on a slide.
I think he might have pulled a muscle up around his hip on the way down, and I think that's why he held up, and he is unfortunately looking like he's down for the count. Might have pulled a muscle,
hip flexor,
just on
quad.
the hip flexor. That's kind of the area I'm thinking of. I'm definitely not a medical person, but from what I know from watching sports, that looks like a tough spot around the hip, and those hip flexors can be difficult to deal with. So our friends from OPA are going to go out and check on him. There's now 2 out, nobody on in a 6-1 game. We'll step away for a moment and get some word from our sponsors here at AlaskaLegion.com in the Matson Invitational.
And you're a Club 49 member?
Yes, I am.
I've been a Club 49 member probably for 7 or 8 years.
Wow, I've been a Club 49 member, I think almost as long as I've lived in Alaska.
My cousin referred me to the Club 49 plan years ago because you get so many benefits.
When they introduced Club 49, I was all over it.
It's a benefit just for Alaskans.
We travel a lot to Kotzebue, so we use Alaska Airlines and our Club 49 benefit every year. It's a great organization to travel with.
No matter how different we may seem, there's something we all share as Alaskans. The grit, determination, and ingenuity that has made impossible feats possible. The same spirit that 40 years ago made the oil field of Prudhoe Bay possible. Today, the Alaska Oil and Gas Association celebrates something bigger. A celebration of the spirit that connects all Alaskans, that sets us apart from every other place on Earth, that will lead us into the future.
Roads to bridges and buildings to the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. The men and women of the laborers work hand in hand with other construction trades to build Alaska.
So the laborers are pretty much the first ones on the job and the last ones to go. We have specific skills that we do, such as pipe laying, grade checking, pouring concrete, scaffold, hod carrying, insulation. But we also support the other crafts in their needs, whether it be the carpenters, the ironworkers, or the plumbers and pipe fitters.
welcome back as
2 warm-up pitches.
As Rory Hayes, unfortunately, has to leave this game with an injury, and we wish him the best. Doesn't look like anything.
Hopefully nothing too serious.
But definitely going to knock him out of this game, and doubtful for tomorrow if they can come back and advance, I would think. But Juneau's depth is going to get tested here as they came into the game with just 11 players total. So Marcus Mendoza is going to enter the game, and we'll have a new pitcher on the hill here in the top half of the 5th.
Case and Ludeman in the bullpen right now for Juneau.
Madden Mendoza, the hitter, now with 2 out, nobody on. And he takes low and outside, grounded out in his first trip. Juneau finally cracking the score column here in the bottom of the 4th, but losing their second pitcher of the day to injury just moments ago on the base paths.
You kind of replay it in your head. You'd be like, oh well, why do you hold up? Well, you're assuming that his hip or whatever he got injured kind of tweaked it on the way down to second base.
And he got on now officially by a hit, as we were misunderstanding what Luke was trying to lay down for us there during that discussion, and it was ruled a hit.
He wasn't being too hard on them. I rescind my my statement.
So it was an infield single scoring the runner from second base. Again, something you don't see every day. Fouled off on a 3-2 pitch. We'll do it again. Mendoza making Krasavagi work hard here. This is the deepest count of the day. 8th pitch of this at bat coming up. And it swung on and hit towards right field, and it's going to get down foul again.
Oh, wow. Trevor Sayer was playing way shallow on that.
Yeah, you don't
foul ball just went right behind him.
You don't see a right fielder get that close to a foul ball on the line that often.
And playing like about right on the baseline.
Krasavagi having to wait while the right fielder gets himself back into position. Wind still playing a factor in this game. Blowing very strong from left field toward the first base line. And another 3-2, and it's fouled off, and we are going to have ourselves
good at bat.
A 10-pitch at bat here, at least.
This is what you need when a pitcher's going strong late in the tournament.
Madden Mendoza has fouled off 4 straight pitches, and he earns himself a walk. And that's about as well earned a walk as you're ever going to see. Christian Nelson will be the batter.
That's just a great at-bat from Madden Mendoza. Fouling off 4 straight in a full count, working a walk.
Another foul ball, this time by Nelson to start his at-bat. Came into the game 1 for 5 with 4 walks. Struck out his first time up. And Ben Phillips just saved himself a wild pitch and checks on the runner at first. As here comes a little bit of sunshine onto the field. The 1-1 again stopped nicely by Phillips, who's had a very good game behind the plate. And a base hit as well in that 3-run rally in the top half of this inning. Nelson takes outside, and it's 3-1.
It's the kind of on that conversation where, yes, for catchers, yes, you want him to be a good hitter, you want him to contribute to the lineup, but really they're more there for defense, so hitting becomes secondary.
Pitch misses to Nelson, and a 5-pitch walk puts runners at first and second. Brings up Kai Schmidt, 0 for 2 on the day. Hitting .333 on the tournament. Looking to add to his 2 RBIs thus far at the Matson. Check of the runner at first, and the delivery is on the outside corner.
Big spot for Kai Schmidt. Leadoff spot for the Midnight Suns, 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out.
The 0-1 is in the dirt. Even up the count. Wind now shifting, kind of blowing across the outfield toward the right field foul pole. And that's ripped right into the glove of Chase Hannes at first base. He was there to stab it on the reaction play, made beautifully to end that threat, leave 2 Midnight Suns stranded. And they do plate 1 to make it a 6-1 game as we head to the top of the 5th, with Ketchikan coming up next in the Matson Invitational.
We used our Travel Now benefit to send our son to Atlanta for a basketball tournament.
I was able to use it to go visit a friend who just had a baby. I wasn't sure I'd be able to afford the trip, but I got the voucher and was able to.
It was to head out to California to be able to be with my mom, who needed extra help and support at that time.
30% coupon? Who wouldn't want that?
The Travel Now discount, just one of your Club 49 benefits. Find out more on the Hub, club49hub.com.
Life is measured in moments, and for more than 20 years, Alaska 529 has been a proud supporter of the moments to come. That's why we're happy to sponsor American Legion Baseball. To learn about Alaska 529, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, please carefully read the plan disclosure document available at alaska529plan.com. Alaska 529. Save in Alaska. Study anywhere.
I am a child of the Arctic. I stand on the shoulders of
Those who came before me. Raised by tradition, I will succeed for my family, for my community, for myself. I share
all that I've learned with those who will follow.
And what I do here
will have an impact around the world.
I am
Inupiaq, and I am ASRC. ASRC, strengthening Alaska through our values.
Okay. For 25 years, the Alliance has been the chief support organization for the state of Alaska's youth baseball. From organizing tournaments to running clinics to field development, the Alliance's goals are to give more players the opportunity to have a great baseball experience. We thank the coaches of the 31 AA, Open, and Single A teams and everyone who helps to maintain the 20 different fields around the state from April through August. Big welcome talking about around the state. Big welcome again to those of you tuning in Southeast Alaska for this one. It's always fun to see these guys in action after we see those scores coming across all summer and finally have some faces to put with the names. Ketchikan looking to add on to a 6-1 advantage. Hayden Trudeau is going to lead things off. He's walked twice and scored once. New pitcher on for Juneau after the injury is going to be Kason Ludeman.
Only pitched one time throughout the tournament so far. 1 inning pitched. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 1 earned run.
So 1/3 of Juneau's defense is now made up of Mendoza's. As Oliver at third, Madden at second, and now Marcus comes into right field after the injury, unfortunately, to Hayes there in our last half inning. Hayes had been on the hill. Now we have the third Juneau pitcher of the day. 0-2 to Trudeau. Strike 3 called. He was frozen as he guessed wrong on that pitch, and on 3 pitches, Kason Ludeman starts his day on the hill with a strikeout.
Yeah, I think 3 Mendozas and 2 Nelsons in the Juneau defense right now.
And that's ripped up the middle for a base hit. Nicely done by Jonathan Skobik, who struck out his first 2 times, but then wasted no time attacking that one.
Getting off the 1-for-10 Schneid with a nice single up the middle.
1 on 1 out for Ben Phillips, who singled and scored earlier. 1 for 2. Picked up his first base hit here at the Matson. First game of the Matson being played at Mulcahy, as that's hit deep in the hole and through past the shortstop. Back-to-back base hits.
Not just a
in this
seeing eye
inning
ground
and for
ball.
Phillips.
Seeing eye ground ball, just not able to get there was Christian Nelson, and now you got back to the top of the lineup. Couple big hits for Ben Phillips, just rounding out the order, getting back to that top of the lineup. Bringing up
Hanchy, the batter. And he hits it down to third and nicely stopped, and he steps on third for the out. Just in time does Oliver Mendoza. He had a hard time corralling that one.
It was in his feet for a couple seconds there, and he was in the base path, so there's really nothing that Skobik could do unless you want to spike the guy's ankles, which, no. I feel like.
So that's our third out, recorded as a force out at third base in this game. And makes it 2 on, 2 out for Bubba Williams. Doubled, walked, scored a run, and driven one in this one.
Getting a big lead at second base is Ben Phillips.
Williams with 6 hits already in the tournament. And the pitch is inside. Two 2-0 on the third baseman. The Kings, sponsored by Post 3. As that's a swing and a miss, and it gets past the catcher and allows the runners to move up on the pass ball by Schmidt. 2-1 now. Kason Ludeman trying to work out of a jam here in his first inning of work.
That's why you're in foul territory as a runner at third base. Able to get out of the way of that one.
The 2-2 pitch. Fouled off again.
Bubba Williams just out in front of it right now.
2 pitches in a row. Our photographer down the left field line getting a little action in. Picking up those foul balls. Another 2-2 is inside. He backs away. He almost got hit by that pitch. David Williams, and count runs full. First base is open.
Maybe the hardest I've seen the wind whip around Mulcahy this whole year so far.
And there's a strike right down the middle. Bubba Williams set down looking. And the Kings' threat goes by the wayside. We head to the bottom of the fifth with Juneau trailing 6-1 and batting next in the Matson Invitational.
And you're a Club 49 member?
Yes, I am.
I've been a Club 49 member probably for 7 or 8 years.
Wow, I've been a Club 49 member, I think almost as long as I've lived in Alaska.
My cousin referred me to the Club 49 plan years ago because you get so many benefits.
When they introduced Club 49, I was all over it.
It's a benefit just for Alaskans.
We travel a lot to Kotzebue, so we use Alaska Airlines and our Club 49 benefit every year. It's a great organization to travel with.
No matter how different we may seem, there's something we all share as Alaskans. The grit, determination, and ingenuity that has made impossible feats possible. The same spirit that 40 years ago made the oil field of Prudhoe Bay possible. Today, the Alaska Oil and Gas Association celebrates something bigger. A celebration of the spirit that connects all Alaskans, that sets us apart from every other place on Earth, that will lead us into the future.
I want to thank our friends at the Alaska Oil and Gas Association for their support of the new middle school program in Anchorage. Their donations and guidance with their members have helped our organization tremendously. Leading things off for the Midnight Suns, Porter Nelson, 1 for 2. Chops that first pitch foul.
Ketchikan looking to claim their third Matson title. Also Wasilla looking to claim their third as well. Ketchikan trying to meet the Road Warriors in the championship game. See who gets the all-time record at the moment. Most Matson Invitational titles. Ketchikan, both times they won in 2017 and 19, both over Eagle River.
Eagle River into the semifinals of the state tournament that start today here at 2:15 here at Mulcahy and on AlaskaLegion.com if you're interested. Swung on and hit out to left center field, and the center fielder stumbles, and
he was kind of lost his footing for Tarek Brown in center field, and
he had a beat on it, but
not able to kind of see the ball, I guess, retrack it, I guess there. Where
so that makes Nelson 2 for 3 as that drops in for a leadoff single, and it brings up Oliver Mendoza, who has smashed ground balls right through the box his first time up, his first 2 times up, and he does the same thing. This time it's knocked down by the shortstop, but Hanchy can't get the ball out of his glove.
3 singles directly up the middle. Hanchy playing him a little bit more center this time and had a good beat on it. Made a great play to save it from getting to the outfield, but couldn't get it out of his glove in time. And Mendoza 3 for 3, 3 singles up the middle.
Putting on a clinic of how to take that ball right back where it came from, and that bounces in front of the catcher. And now they're going to send the runner home as the throw gets away at second base. And on the throwing error by the catcher, a run crosses the plate. Another runner moves up to third. Just like that, it's 6-2.
I think an unnecessary throw from Ben Phillips down to second base where
had no chance
at that point you just kind of concede and say, okay, we have a 5-run lead. fine, take those 2 bases.
So much of coaching youth baseball and softball is kind of teaching the young folks when to cut their losses, so to speak, and play it conservatively. That time, Ketchikan really taking an unnecessary risk, and it costs them, as that ball won't get away far enough on the pitch to Rawson. It's now 1-1.
I guess a big mantra that you teach is leave it at 1 mistake in a play. If you make 1 mistake, don't make a second one. Let him have that extra base.
That pitch gets away again, and this time the run's going to come across. The throw made it a little closer, but it's now 6-3 as Oliver Mendoza crosses
pass ball.
And after it was 6-0, Ketchikan's lead has been shaved in half now.
That one's kind of back-to-back pitches. I don't know what's happened with Ben Phillips. Just kind of missed it.
That pitch misses just a little bit low, and it's now 3-1 on Rawson. Still nobody out, and already 2 runs across here in the 5th. And that's hit towards shortstop. Hanchy up with it on a couple hops, and his throw is dug out nicely again by Chase Hannes, who's been the defensive hero of the day, I think pretty clearly, for the Kings over at first base. Hannes made a beautiful play on a line drive to prevent a run and end the inning last inning, and there he saves an error on his shortstop. That's popped up. It might stay playable, but it's going to be too far out of the reach of both the right fielder and first baseman. 0-1 now on Kaysen Ludeman. Ludeman now 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored in this one. Fouled off 0-2. Ludeman came into the game 1 for 11 in the tournament, but has reached both times to improve on his luck here. And he gets a hold of one and hits it again to Hanchy. And this time the throw does get away, and it's going to be an error and allow Ludeman to reach second base. Not sure whether the error is going to be on the throw or on the catch after I just sang Hannes' praises. Looked like that was a ball that he could have caught and just skipped off the end of his glove for an error. 3rd error of the day on the Kings.
And giving Juneau a little bit more life.
The pitch gets away again. Another free base.
I think you got to, from Ketchikan's perspective, you're going into the 3rd time through the order. Or you're almost finishing the 3rd time through the order. You got to be thinking about changing pitchers here.
Landon Simonson gets a hold of one and hits it into left field, and the left fielder and the shortstop smash into each other. It's going to be a base hit and another run, and it's now 6-4. And unfortunately, we have an injury for the 2nd inning in a row. Let's hope that...
Umpire said it fell to the turf.
It did fall to the turf. Jonathan Skobik out there in left field. We're going to hope he's okay. He and Colby Hanchy just smashed right into each other as the teammates all going out to check on their left fielder at the moment.
That's actually...
Oh, sorry. So that was...
Hanchy and Skobik out in left and center, where they're kind of a miscommunication there.
They're trying to track down who's injured and who ran into each other, but in any case, it's a
Just
6-4
having a team meeting out there more than any
ball game.
Hopefully they're both all right as OPA goes out to check on him, sends him back. It seems like they're having just a little bit of a team meeting out in shallow left field.
I want to thank our volunteer athletic trainers from Orthopedic Physicians Alaska, as they have been called upon twice, unfortunately, in this game, but it's really nice to have them here, as always, volunteering their time and efforts. Looks like we're about to get back underway. Juneau now with 3 runs in the inning. Now 6 base hits on the day. Or actually, make it 8. So the tying run now at the plate after Juneau had trailed by 6 runs in this game. It's going to be another Mendoza. This time it's Marcus.
So 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th for Juneau.
Still just 1 out.
Marcus getting his first opportunity at the plate, and look at that.
Rips it up the middle for another base hit. Now 9 on the day for the Midnight Suns.
Just on the other side of the base where Oliver's been hitting it all day. That was hit sharply right back at Krasavagi.
Now Madden Mendoza at the plate.
You feel the momentum really shift in Juneau's direction, especially after the drop fly ball in left field.
And the pitch is taken on the outside corner for strike 1.
He worked a 10-pitch walk his last time up. Probably the best at bat that I've seen today or even in the tournament.
Grounded out his first time up, and now he puts down a bunt.
Nobody's going to cover.
Nobody's covering first base. So that'll go down as a base hit, but really a mental error fielding-wise on Ketchikan, as Hayden Trudeau will have to admit that he fell asleep on the job and did not cover first base. As the first baseman was charging on the bunt, it's the second baseman's job to wheel over there and cover the bag. So it's now bases loaded.
It's really up to, I guess, not just the second baseman, but as a first baseman, if you see the pitcher get the ball, if you say, oh, this is the pitcher's ball, you immediately sprint back to first base right away. You call off the second baseman. Squeeze.
A suicide squeeze on, and it works against Juneau as the runner tagged out at home plate. Landon Ludeman was coming down the line hard, and Christian Nelson missed the bunt, and it ended up a big base running mistake for Juneau as they roll the dice and come up empty. Now a 2-1 count on Christian Nelson with 2 out. And instead of a base hit, a single possibly tying this game, it would only cut it to 1.
You saw actually yesterday with West and Juneau, Joey Walker pick off a runner that was going to be on a squeeze attempt at third base.
Strike call to run the count full now on Nelson. 0 for 1 with the walk. And he gets a hold of it and hits it down to third. Bubba Williams grabs it and steps on the bag to end the inning with a force play, but not before Juneau strikes for 3, and we are close to a brand new ball game. It's now just 6-4, with the Juneau coming up in the 6th next in the Matson Ketchikan coming up next in the Matson Invitational.
My favorite part of Club 49 is the 2 free bags.
Every other airline, you have to pay huge baggage fees, and with Club 49, you don't have to.
I don't have to settle for what I want to take. I can have everything that I need with me.
It takes a lot of luggage with all of my chaps and hats.
I can take a ton of stuff anywhere.
It allows me to take my buddy Fred here anywhere I'd like to go.
2 free bags, just one of your Club 49 benefits. Find out more on the Hub, club49hub.com.
Roads to bridges and buildings to the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, the men and women of the laborers work hand in hand with other construction trades to build Alaska.
So the laborers are pretty much the first ones on the job and the last ones to go. We have specific skills that we do, such as pipe laying, grade checking, pouring concrete, scaffold, hod carrying, insulation. But we also support the other crafts in their needs, whether it be the carpenters, the ironworkers, or the plumbers and pipe fitters.
Back with you here in Anchorage, where it's a windy, cloudy day, not bothering these guys on the field here from Southeast, playing in the Matson Invitational, with the winner moving on to Tuesday. Will be a 10 a.m. game against Wasilla, and the winner of this game will have to beat the Road Warriors twice to earn the title in this double elimination tournament. Wasilla unbeaten thus far at Matson.
Just got word from Luke Cooley, producer and also meteorologist now. It's 17-mile-an-hour gusts so far today, which is not ideal for a baseball game, you would say.
Those flags are blowing as violently as you'll ever see them here at Mulcahy.
Makes it tough for the outfielders. And on pop-ups, as you were just mentioned, the wind and takes Kason Ludemann's hat
about 60 feet,
if not more, from the mound.
The wind now blowing, whipping kind of towards first base, back towards home plate, then back toward the right field foul line as it comes in from the south. We're kind of here in a dip, a little bit of a valley in Midtown Anchorage. As the wind blows off the Chugach Mountains, and in this case, toward the Cook Inlet. Usually the wind blows the opposite direction toward the left field foul pole here at Mulcahy. Payoff pitch coming up to Brown. Skips in for ball 4. Another leadoff batter on for post 3. And Trevor Sayer will be the hitter. 0 for 2 with a walk and 2 strikeouts today. Sayer came into today's game 3 for 10 plus 3 walks on the tournament.
I wouldn't be surprised if they put a bunt down or at least put Tarek Brown in motion, good speed at first.
A little bit of a battle of attrition in this one, as Juneau has already lost a player to injury, and then we had a near injury in the outfield for Ketchikan last inning. Both of these teams not deep benches, to say the least. One player on the bench, McKinley Hamilton for Ketchikan.
And you usually want to keep at least one player on the bench in case of injury. Oopie, I think he was going.
Yeah, there is no re-entry rule here.
On the pickoff move, I think Tarek Brown was going to go on that one. His first move was just slightly towards second base. See if they shut him down or just let him go right here.
Ludeman comes to the stretch, and the 1-0 is low, and the throw down to second not nearly in time as Brown steals it. Schmidt's throw was well offline, so Ketchikan looking to take back the momentum in this game after Juneau has scored the last 4 runs. Now with no one out, they have a runner at second base, and there's a bunt, and it's in the air, and what did they call there?
It's a fair ball.
Oh, he's calling fair ball, and it was not fielded cleanly by Ludeman, and it'll be an infield hit.
Good bunt single, just not ideal for a bunt. Pops it up as Ludeman not able to, I guess, slide and get in there.
Ludeman had played back a little bit, not gone for the catch. Would have had a better shot at getting him at first, but as such, another hit for Ketchikan in first and third now with nobody out for Thomas Krasavagi.
So potentially a safety squeeze on right here. Difference between a suicide squeeze and a safety squeeze. Safety squeeze, the runner waits until the bunt's down to go. Suicide squeeze you saw last half inning with Juneau. Runner just steals home, and you have to make contact on it, or else the runner's easily out.
The 0-1 pitch to Krasavagi. He's taking, and he takes inside. Ketchikan not only undermanned with only one bench player, but they only have one coach in the coach's box out there. That pitch gets away, and that allows the runner to advance to second base. Sayer moves up 90 feet. Only coach out there in the coaching box is at third.
I haven't seen John Milner here, the head coach, this weekend.
Ketchikan is assisted by Andy Burnson and Russell Page.
Ludeman's hat fell off mid-pitch.
But he delivers it for a strike via the foul ball, and now it's 2-2. Badly in need of a strikeout are the Midnight Suns. Here with nobody out and 2 in scoring position. And it's hit up the middle. The shortstop fields it, and the throw is low, and a throwing error on Christian Nelson allows the runner to reach first on an RBI grounder, making it 7-4. Ketchikan striking back. Still nobody out after the error. Trevor Sayer moves up to third. Chase Hannes will be your hitter. He squares to bunt, misses. The throw goes down to second, and not in time.
I think they were just trying to draw Sayer from third to go home with a throwdown.
It's Krasavagi now into scoring position as well. And a bit of a nightmare shaping up for Juneau here in the top of the 6th.
Base hit could definitely flip this game on its head once again.
Juneau scratched and clawed just to get back within 2 runs, and now
they hit away from a 5-run deficit again.
As the 1-1 pitch to Hannes is grounded up the middle and caught by the pitcher, and they have the runner in a pickle between third and home, and he's tagged out. At the plate is Sayer. He stays in the rundown long. Yeah, he stayed in the rundown long enough to let his teammates at least move up the maximum amount to second and third. But on the fielder's choice, grounder. The runner is thrown out at home. Nicely done in the rundown by Juneau, and very well executed by Ludeman as he
just ran at him.
That's
what you're
what
supposed to do.
Yep, that's what they teach you. Ludeman, very headsy play for such a young player.
I'd probably give that our Alaska 529 smart play of the game, not panicking and just going over and running at him. I think that's such an important thing that you see, not trying to panic and throw the ball right away where player can get back or advance. And I think that's our Alaska 529 smart play of the game.
I would tend to agree as that pitch misses. 2-0 now on Hayden Trudeau. He's walked twice and struck out. And he takes one right down the pipe. One out, second and third, one run in a 7-4 ball game. Ketchikan Kings post 3 on top. And that's bunted, and that's going to get the run home. Throw goes to first.
Great bunt.
1-3 goes to sacrifice RBI with Krasavagi crossing the plate to make it 8-4.
That was a perfectly executed safety squeeze right there as Trudeau didn't have it right back at the pitcher. Just went down the third base side. It's going to be a tough play. Only play he had was to first. That makes it a 4-run lead.
Here comes our lone bench player for the Kings, McKinley Hamilton. Put his presidential seal of approval on this one. Well, I guess Hamilton wasn't ever a president, was
No.
he? I gotta go back to my history books.
I only know he was the... I'm not even going to guess. I'm going to embarrass myself.
Well, I think he was interested in the job at one point at least.
Yeah, I would assume so, yeah.
8-4, the score now with Hamilton stepping in. 0-1 count. And he fouls it off to quickly fall behind 0-2. Chase Hannis is the runner at third.
Always got to be ready to come off the bench.
And that's taken high. Ludeman now up to almost 40 pitches in relief. And the 1-2 is hit slowly towards shortstop. It's going to be a tough play. And the toss across offline, but a nice tag applied right there by Landon Simonson. And that'll do it as they strand the runner at third, but plate 2 do the Kings and now lead 8-4 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning next in the Matson Invitational.
I'm Paige, and I'm Elise, and we're from Anchorage.
I am a Club 49 member.
I'm 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 a Club 49 member. Cut!
Us Alaskans, we have to stick together.
I'm very happy being a Club 49 member. It really just helps make everything very convenient.
It's the only way we go.
I'm in the club.
I'm in the club.
I'm in the club.
I'm in the club.
Are you in the club? Are you in the club?
Join today.
Find out more on the Hub, club49hub.com.
I love Club 49.
want to thank our friends at ConocoPhillips Alaska, the official baseball sponsor of Alaska Legion Baseball. Let's play ball courtesy of ConocoPhillips Alaska. Final warm-up tosses here for our new pitcher for the Kings, as it appears that Hayden Trudeau is going to be the new man on the hill. New pitcher, Trudeau.
Trudeau, first pitching appearance in the tournament, just extended the lead to 4 in the last half inning from a safety squeeze bunt.
So Trudeau on the hill now. And Krasavagi, I think, is now at third base.
Yes.
Kai Schmidt, the batter. Two-0 count on the catcher. Bubba Williams moves over from third base to second. Krasavagi moves from the mound to third. And the 3-0 misses way inside, and there's a leadoff midnight sun at first base in the person of Kai Schmidt. Porter Nelson steps to the plate. Nelson singled into left his last time up. Now 2 for 3 on the day. And there's a strike.
Trudeau finally get one over the plate right here after a 4-pitch walk. Nelson 2 for 3 with a flyout and 2 singles. Porter Nelson, I guess there's multiple Nelsons.
Number 1 now on the hill and at the plate. So we have a 1-on-1 matchup. The 0-1 pitch. Nope, another fake throw or step off and fake throw over to first. There goes the runner. The pitch is inside, and the throw down, not quite in time. Safe.
Little late signal there from the umpire.
As our umpire, Dwight Green, just kind of stood there, watched.
Everyone knew it was safe at least.
Very slowly indicated safe. The pitch is high. 2-1. Again, 10 a.m. start time tomorrow. Again, if you're watching down in Southeast, following the winner of this game, that's the first pitch time against Wasilla tomorrow.
And for either team that wins this game, you're hoping for another one right after that. At 1:30 is the if necessary game.
So clear your calendar, especially if you're a Ketchikan fan with your team in control at the moment, at least. 6 outs away from a berth in tomorrow's contest, but that won't help get them any further, as it's another walk. Porter Nelson with a good plate appearance there. And that leads to Oliver Mendoza. 3 for 3, all 3 hits going up the middle. And
Oliver Mendoza, lone member of the Legion Team of Excellence. You can kind of see why today is he 487 throughout the year. 6 home runs.
That pitch is way outside, and it's 2-0 on number 22. And that pitch is high. 3-0, and they're one ball away from loading them up and bringing that tying run to the plate. Olin Rawson is on deck. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. And there's a strike on the outside corner. Good consistent zone from today's home plate umpire. And the 3-1 to Oliver Mendoza is ripped into deep left field, and it's going back and back and back, and it's going to fall for extra bases. And actually,
Mendoza nearly
it won't
passed
be extra
Kai
bases.
Schmidt at first base.
Kai Schmidt held up way too long watching that ball and not making the commitment to run. So instead of extra bases, it's a single, but it does score the runner from second. Actually, excuse me, Schmidt is the one who scored. Porter Nelson was the one who made the...
I don't know. I'll tell you what. It was real close for Mendoza passing Kai Schmidt at first base.
Or
everyone's watching the ball. It's interesting to see the replay later.
So it's 8-5 on the 330-foot single. Four for four
singles, yeah. About the same as his 3 ground balls up the middle.
There goes the runner to third. The throw down, not in time, and it skips into left field. No error, however, is a nice job by Skobik of coming in to back up the throw. On the back end, Mendoza moves up to second, and now...
I will comment on that Oliver Mendoza hit. With the wind not blowing 15 miles an hour straight in from left field, does that ball go out?
Yep, I gotta think that would have been a home run if it weren't for that, as Luke told us, 17-mile-per-hour gusting wind. I wouldn't even call them gusts. It's just a strong, steady breeze. The 3-0 pitch is right down the middle to Rawson.
The hit from Oliver Mendoza, it looked like it was about gone off the bat, and then it just died. Died as in hit the warning track in one of the deepest parts of the ballpark. So,
and there's one on the outside corner. So after it was 3-0, Trudeau has worked his way back into the count. Still looking to record his first out, however. Pitch to Rawson. Taken high for ball 4. Another walk loads him up, and the tying run is now on base with Kaysen Ludeman coming to the plate, and that'll
Tarek Brown.
End Trudeau's day very quickly as the second pitcher of the day runs into a bunch of trouble here in the bottom of the 6th. Now a 3-run game. Nobody out and the bases loaded. And we will introduce you to our new pitcher when we return after some words from our sponsor at the Matson Invitational.
our Travel Now benefit to send our son to Atlanta for a basketball tournament.
I was able to use it to go visit a friend who just had a baby. I wasn't sure I'd be able to afford the trip, but I got the voucher and was able to.
It was to head out to California to be able to be with my mom, who needed extra help and support at that time.
30% coupon? Who wouldn't want that?
The Travel Now discount, just one of your Club 49 benefits. Find out more on the Hub, club49hub.com.
Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage for what's shaping up to be quite an exciting conclusion here. Winner into the final day of the tournament, and that's going to get down for a base hit into left field as Ludeman scores one more.
Being real passive on the base paths right here. I think that one, right off the bat that it's dropping, and a late jump from Juneau base runners once again.
So the bases remain loaded. It's now 8-6 after everybody moves up 90 feet on the first pitch single by Ketchikan Ludeman. And here is Landon Simonson. 0-1 now on the first baseman. Simonson picked up his first base hit of the tournament his last time up.
Oh!
And this time he picks up his second RBI of the day on the hit by pitch. And it is a one-run ball game. Once down by 6 runs. Juneau now down by just a single skinny run.
You say bases loaded, no outs still. With Marcus Mendoza, who came in the game late for Rory Hayes from injury, smoked a ground ball up the middle, line drive up the middle.
It was 6-1 at one point, and Juneau's
6-0.
Pitcher at that point got hurt. At that point in the game, and you're thinking, well, they just lost another important body. Now their chances of really taking a hit, and all of a sudden, pretty much a few minutes after that occurrence, it's been all Juneau ever since. Swing and a miss, though, by Mendoza puts him down 1-2 in the count. Olin Rawson representing the tying run at third. Ketchikan Ludeman at second. And skipped in and stopped by Ben Phillips. The count now 2-2. Tarek Brown coming in from center field as the third Kings pitcher today. And the 2-2 is swung on and chopped foul. Rawson showing off his jump roping skills there. Getting out of the way of that one. The wind really picking up now, and the 2-2 skips in low.
I mean, I'm sure it's probably gotten up to 20 miles an hour throughout the game in certain gusts. It has been extremely tough weather to play in. I don't care if you're from Ketchikan or Juneau. This is tough.
And the 3-2 pitch is hit on a bounce to the shortstop. They go the short way for one and back to first. Double play!
Tie game.
Tie game, though. And now it's 8-8. No RBI on the double play. But I think the Midnight Suns just happy to tie this game up at least. And now with a chance to take the lead with 2 out and a runner at third. Good job by the middle infielders there on the 6-4-3 double play.
You gotta say, just put a ball on the ground up the middle and you get a run regardless. I think that's the the worst of the best options for Juneau, right? It's still a great option where you do tie the game with the ground ball, and another good at bat from one of the Mendozas.
This is Madden Mendoza, and he hits it on one hop to the second baseman, Trudeau, who knocks it down and retires him, leaving that potential lead run stranded at third base. But Juneau strikes for 4 runs, and once down by 6, we are now tied up at 8 here as we head to our final inning in the Matson Invitational.
Life is measured in moments, and for more than 20 years, Alaska 529 has been a proud supporter of the moments to come. That's why we're happy to sponsor American Legion Baseball. To learn about Alaska 529, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, please carefully read the plan disclosure document available at alaska529plan.com. Alaska 529. Save in Alaska. Study anywhere.
My favorite part of Club 49 is the fact that you get 2 free bags to go with you.
My family of 5 just flew to Hawaii and back with 10 free check bags.
Beach towels, pineapple cutter, sunscreen, a tent to throw up on the beach.
I was able to go out of state for college so much cheaper. You're packing up your whole life into bags for like the least amount of cost. That was a huge deal for me.
2 free bags, just one of your Club 49 benefits. Find out more on the Hub, club49hub.com.
Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium, and we have a brand new ball game shaping up essentially as extra innings here as we head to the 7th, tied at 8, and that's ripped into center field for a base hit by Ben Phillips. Wow, Phillips came into the day 0 for 5 on the tourney, but now a 3 for 4 day working, and the most important hit for him so far today, because in a tie game he's now at first with nobody out for Hanchy. Hanchy uncharacteristically looking for his first hit still today. He did reach his 3rd time up when he was hit by a pitch, and he goes to bunt and fouls it off. So the runner down to second base. You see what happened there, Ronan?
I didn't quite see. Maybe not coming set, I would assume, maybe.
So no count, no pitch there because of the balk. And the next pitch is taken for a ball. I thought that was a strike, but I'm not as close as our home plate umpire. 1-0 now with the runner at second base. And he goes to show bunt again and takes a ball.
Yeah, I don't know.
Both of those last 2 pitches looked pretty darn close to the zone to both Ronan.
You will say this is a big play to move a runner over.
Strike called on that one.
And the odds are from scoring a runner from third with 1 out, a lot higher odds than scoring a runner from second with no outs.
The throw back to second, and they got him! The second baseman, Mendoza, sneaks in. Phillips kind of stumbled and didn't get back on his dive to the bag cleanly. He's tagged out. Huge turn of events.
I mean, he got a little bit too aggressive with his lead, and I think it was only a matter of time before Kaysen Ludeman was going to throw it over on a pickoff move.
And she takes outside, 3-1. So the leadoff man erased off second base. Ludeman's next pitch to Hanchy is on the inside corner to run the count full. 8-8 game, top of the 7th, 1 out. These Southeast rivals giving us a game to remember here. And there's strike 3 called on the inside corner. Hanchy down looking. Now 2 away for Bubba Williams. Williams 1 for 3 with a double and a run scored. He has also earned himself an RBI in this game. And he takes low and in the dirt, 1-0. That's on the inside corner to even the count. Ludeman up to about 50 pitches, and that one struck up the middle, fielded by the shortstop, but the throw gets away, and now he's hung up between first and second, and the throw back, and they got him! Great defense, and some questionable base running by Ketchikan in that inning.
Wow.
And even though 2 runners reach, they still face the minimum 3, and that'll do it for the Kings, as Juneau can walk it off next when we come back here at the Matson Invitational.
I am a child of the Arctic. I stand on the shoulders of those
who came before me. Raised by tradition, I will succeed for my family, for my community, for myself. I share
all that I've learned with those who will follow.
And what I do here
will have an impact around the world.
I am
Inupiaq, and I am ASRC. ASRC, strengthening Alaska through our values.
And you're a Club 49 member?
Yes, I am.
I've been a Club 49 member probably for 7 or 8 years.
Wow, I've been a Club 49 member, I think almost as long as I've lived in Alaska.
My cousin referred me to the Club 49 plan years ago because you get so many benefits.
When they introduced Club 49, I was all over it.
It's a benefit just for Alaskans.
We travel a lot to Kotzebue, so we use Alaska Airlines and our Club 49 benefit every year. It's a great organization to travel with.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th, the shortstop, number 10, Christian Nelson.
High drama here in Midtown Anchorage as Christian Nelson, the batter, leading things off. The 9, 1, and 2 spots in the order due up for the Midnight Suns.
Juneau once being down 6-0 heading into the bottom of the 4th inning of a 7-inning scheduled game. Comes all the way back. 8 runs in the last 3 innings. Couple big defensive plays last half inning in the top of the 7th. Juneau now with all the momentum.
Got to give Kai Schmidt a ton of credit for being there as the catcher to back up that play.
That's just great hustle down the line, and I mean they had the runner, picked off by halfway when he was going to second base.
The 1-2 pitch is on the inside corner, and Nelson set down looking here to start the bottom of the 7th. Kai Schmidt will be the batter, looking for his first base knock today. Came in 4 for 10 on the tournament. Uncharacteristically 0 for 3 today with a walk and a run scored.
Talking about one of the biggest plays of the game was Kai Schmidt's backup to first base last half inning to end it.
Just 3 errors combined in this game, and that play prevented another one as it's fouled back to make it 2-2. Left-hander delivers, and I guess I was off on my count. That makes it 2-2 on the swing and a miss. Brown winds and fires. Low.
Good take. 2-2 curveball starting on the outside, going low.
So a payoff pitch coming up to Schmidt. Popped up. Shallow right field. A trio of Kings converging. Trevor Sayer makes the catch, 2 down.
Every pop-up's kind of a adventure out here with wind whipping around.
Porter Nelson to the plate. 2 for 3 today. He's also walked and scored twice, and he hits it on the ground. Room service right to the bag. As
good extras
taken care of, and we are heading to extra innings, tied at 8. We head to the 8th here between Ketchikan and Juneau in the Matson Invitational.
No matter how different we may seem, there's something we all share as Alaskans: the grit, determination, and ingenuity that has made impossible feats possible. The same spirit that 40 years ago made the oil field of Prudhoe Bay possible. Today, the Alaska Oil and Gas Association celebrates something bigger, a celebration of the spirit that connects all Alaskans, that sets us apart from every other place on Earth, that will lead us into the future.
My favorite part of Club 49 is the 2 free bags.
Every other airline, you have to pay huge baggage fees, and with Club 49, you don't have to.
I don't have to settle for what I want to take. I can have everything that I need with me.
It takes a lot of luggage with all of my chaps and hats.
I can take a ton of stuff anywhere.
It allows me to take my buddy Fred here anywhere I'd like to go.
2 free bags, just one of your Club 49 benefits. Find out more on the Hub, club49hub.com.
Roads to bridges and buildings to the Trans-Alaska Pipeline, the men and women of the laborers work hand in hand with other construction trades to build Alaska.
So the laborers are pretty much the first ones on the job and the last ones to go. We have specific skills that we do, such as pipe laying, grade checking, pouring concrete, scaffold, hot carrying, insulation. But we also support the other crafts in their needs, whether it be the carpenters, the iron workers, or the plumbers and pipe fitters.
Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium as we get ready for extra innings. As these teams battling it out to see who will face Wasilla tomorrow
And if you're the Road Warriors, you're liking what you're seeing right now. Is you want this game to really go as long as possible. It's something that we haven't really seen before in high school baseball, at least this year, where you have the MLB extra innings rule, where you have a runner starting on second base. That'll be Bubba Williams, the last out. Bringing up Tarek Brown. Came on and pitched well last inning, went 1-2-3 against Juneau, and been the best hitter right now for the Ketchikan Kings.
He's reached 3 of his 4 trips today. And a balk called immediately.
Didn't come set. Or moved his hands while he was set.
Well, that comes in pretty huge. Immediately, the runner now at third base. No count.
For Juneau, you bring the
Brown.
defense, the middle infield in right here, right?
You would think. Of course, there's the train of thought that you're going to start with a runner on second yourself, and maybe.
But if you cut down that runner at home, that's huge.
1-0 now on Brown. He's walked twice and singled home a pair of runs today. He has 6 RBIs on the tournament, 9 base hits, and 15 at bats. And he's up 2-0 here in this count as he swings and chops it foul. Ludeman comes set this time. And the 2-1 outside and high. Working very carefully to Tarek Brown. Trevor Sayer on deck.
You got to think if you're going to keep on trying to battle away from him, he'll just poke that the other way like he did earlier in the game.
And he takes that one on the outside corner. The payoff pitch to Brown is way outside. Ball 4. Brown didn't realize it right away, and now it takes off his batting gloves and arm protection device there. Heads down to first base to make it runners at the corners, nobody out. Trevor Sayer, the batter, at a bunt single his last time up. He's walked and scored a run today.
I would think Tarek Brown's going to be going here.
He's looking for his second RBI of the tournament, and you're right, Brown off immediately. Instead of second, they choose to throw down behind the runner at third, but Bubba Williams not about to be picked off there. So now second and third with nobody out. No force play in effect, and the 1-0 to Sayer. Outside 2-0.
Ludeman having a tough time hitting the zone this inning. Juneau now brings their infielders sort of in. Corners are definitely in.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. Sayer cuts through that one. Krasavagi on deck. And that pitch misses high, and it's 3-1. Ketchikan plated 2 runs in the top of the 6th to move ahead 8-4. Now looking to get back on the scoreboard after being held off in the 7th. And it's another walk on 5 pitches. Trevor Sayer takes his base.
I'd say you at least meet with your pitcher right now.
They're loaded up for Thomas Krasavagi. Today's starting pitcher went the first 5 innings, and at the plate, he's 1 for 3 already with 2 RBIs.
Now you have infield completely in for Juneau. Bases loaded.
Fouled off. 0-1. Big drama in South Central Alaska for 2 teams from Southeast. Not a lot of mystery to each other at this point in the season between these 2 clubs, I would think.
Between high school and Legion Ball.
The 0-1. Swung on and ripped through the hole for a base hit. That's going to score at least 1. They send the runner around third, and the throw is cut off by Mendoza. It's a 10-8 Ketchikan lead on the run-scoring single by Thomas Krasavagi. He's put the Kings back on top. They have never trailed in this ball game.
4 RBI on the day for Krasavagi. Unbelievable. Two for 4 now.
Still nobody out. And there's a bunt, and it's a perfect drag bunt, and very well done by Ludeman to get off the hill and make the underhand throw to get him. I didn't think Ludeman would have a chance.
Good athleticism off the mound.
So give the pitcher a lot of credit for fielding his position there. The sac bunt moves the runners up to second and third. Now with 1 away for Hayden Trudeau. And the pitch is taken just a little bit high. Trudeau has walked twice. Sacrificed cleanly for an RBI his last time up. And he takes a 1-0 pitch right down the middle to even the count. Ludeman to the belt, and the delivery is fouled off towards the Juneau dugout along the first base line. State semifinals coming up here at Mulcahy in less than 2 hours. Kenai Post 20 is going to take on Service Post 28 in the first semifinal. That's hit up through the middle and past the diving second baseman and into right field. That's going to score 2 more runs, and that makes it 12-8 now. Kings, Hayden Trudeau coming through as his team is back on top by 4 runs.
That's a couple real clutch hits. You know, the balk to start the inning really kind of maybe set the momentum, set the stage for Ketchikan in this inning. And, you know, it's not really any mistakes. It's just Ketchikan taking, I guess, initiative, really taking advantage of their opportunities here in the extra innings.
Each team now with 12 base hits, adding up to 20 runs. Ketchikan jumped on top with 3 in the first, added 3 more in the top of the fourth to take their largest advantage. Juneau battled back to make it 6-4 after 5 innings. Ketchikan with 2 more to go up 8-4 before Juneau's 4-run bottom of the 6th tied it. That's what took us to extras here, and now Ketchikan again taking control. Again, they've never trailed in this game. And that's fouled off by Jonathan Skobik. So Ketchikan, despite going just 2-14 in league play, really catching stride here in the Matson and getting close to Championship Tuesday. That's hit back to the mound, over to second for one. The relay is in time. Nice. 1-6-3 double play to end the inning, but not before. Ketchikan puts a 4 spot up and leads 12-8 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Juneau coming up for its last cuts here at AlaskaLegion.com.
I'm Paige, and I'm Elise, and we're from Anchorage.
I am a Club 49 member.
I'm a Club 49 member.
I'm a Club 49 member.
I'm a Club 49 member. I'm a Club 49 member.
Us Alaskans, we have to stick together.
I'm very happy being a Club 49 member. It really just helps make everything very convenient.
It's the only way we go.
I'm in the club.
I'm in the club.
I'm in the club.
I'm in the club.
Are you in the club? Are you in the club?
Join today.
Find out more on the Hub, club49hub.com.
I love Club 49.
Welcome back to the Matson Invitational. Ketchikan 3 outs away from moving on to Championship Tuesday, where the Wasilla Post 35 Road Warriors await, as we will have an intersectional matchup no matter what happens tomorrow. Oliver Mendoza about to lead things off, as he is the reason that his team even has a chance here in extra innings, as he's gone 4 for 4 with 2 runs scored and 1 RBI. Now 7 for 13 on the tournament. Hit one that Ronan and I agreed might have been a home run if it weren't for the wind last time. Ended up being a 300-some feet single.
Porter Nelson starting at second. You got to think, you really just attack Oliver Mendoza right now. You know, he can't tie it or win it with one swing at the moment. You just attack him. Get in the zone.
Tarek Brown back on the hill, now 25 pitches in relief.
Kind of going back to what Wasilla is waiting. Tarek Brown goes over 30 pitches, which looks like is very possible. Likely. There's one less arm for Ketchikan.
Brown comes set and delivers low.
That is, of course, if Ketchikan holds on to win this game, which you never know.
At this point, you never know. Juneau plated 4 runs in the 6th, and now they get a head start with the courtesy runner, or courtesy runner, really, the placed runner, as they call him, at second base. That's ripped into left field. It's a 5 for 5 day for Mendoza as they wave the runner around third. And the throw goes into center field, and it'll just be a moving up to second base on the throw home.
5 singles on the day for Oliver Mendoza. Have a day.
Mendoza drives in another run. 5 for 5, and now standing at second base. He's made it 12-9.
Let me check the record books here. I think that might be the most hits in a Matson Invitational game all time.
Olin Rawson takes a strike.
That's all-time most in a game in the
Breaks.
Matson Invitational. Oliver Mendoza, 5 hits.
5. It had been done 5 times before that.
4 hits have been done 5 times before
Yes,
that.
4 hits had been done. Last player to do it was last year Nolan Murphy and Luke Helgeson from Wasilla and Bartlett, respectively, had 4-hit games. But a record for Oliver Mendoza, 5 for 5 now. He's etched his name into Matson Invitational history. One and 2 now on Olin Rawson, who's just trying to get himself on base. He takes outside. Mendoza not going anywhere there out at second. Brown to the belt, and that skips in. As you mentioned, Ronan, it's going to be a tall order for whoever holds on to win this game after burning through so much pitching. And
you have to win 2 tomorrow.
Having to win 2
Keep in mind, you have to win not just 1, but 2 against Wasilla, who 2 days rest and only playing 2 games so far.
And with a reputation as a talented offensive club. And speaking of which, that ball's into the gap, rolling for extra bases as Olin Rawson's RBI double makes it now 12-10 and brings the tying run to the plate. Still nobody out.
As we said to start this half inning, you never know, right? I mean, that's back-to-back hits that score a run and just flip places, so it's like we're starting the bottom of the inning again. No outs, runner on second.
Kason Ludeman had a huge hit his last time up to drive in a run, and he hits it deep in the hole at shortstop. It's a long throw across and made beautifully there for the out by Hanchey.
Look at Bubba Williams now at short.
Excuse me, yeah, Bubba Williams as the defense is shifted around.
So, I mean, that was a great off the back foot, just firing that across.
Got him by a good step and a half. I thought it was going to be much closer play. And that one's ripped into left field and down for a base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third wisely.
Now you have the winning run at the plate now with Marcus Mendoza, who came in earlier for an injury.
Landon Simonson came in 0 for 11 in the Matson Invitational and has reached base 3 times now and has a 2 for 3 day, and now representing the tying run at first base. Way to break out of your slump, Landon. Marcus Mendoza, the hitter. The right fielder is 1 for 2. He entered the game midway through.
It'll be interesting to see what they do at first base, whether they're stealing or not. Looks like they're holding them put. I mean, that is the tying run. You don't even want to risk getting out. As
the 1-0 pitch to Marcus Mendoza is low.
Going down in the bullpen for Juneau is Porter Nelson. He's already pitched in this game.
Well, might be catching somebody there. The 2-0 pitch as they send the runner home, and this time the suicide squeeze is going to work. But it ends up being the second out as the runner is thrown out at first. So interesting decision. They get within a run, now 12-11, and move the other runner up to second. But
you're taking a big risk if you're doing a suicide squeeze right there, giving up an out, and now you're down to your last out.
Strike one at the knees to Madden Mendoza. So tying run at second base, 2 out, 12-11. Ketchikan leads here in the bottom of the 8th. Needing one more out to close this one out. It's been an appropriate finish here, if this is our final inning, for such a wild game. And that struck foul into the right field bleachers. And the Juneau Post 25 Midnight Suns are now down to their final strike in this ball game. Brown comes set for the 0-2. Bounced in. And now the runner's caught in a rundown between second and third, and he's going to get back safely to second base. That would have been a disastrous ending for Juneau.
Whew.
Stopped about halfway between second and third.
For Juneau, you just, you kind of exhale right there. You're holding your breath the entire play going.
Ketchikan having a spirited discussion between its infield right now.
Maybe a pickoff move at second base right here.
Meanwhile, Joe Tompkins wants to give his hitter a couple words of advice as he comes down from the first base coaching box.
I'm going to say most likely a pickoff move coming here after the mound visit.
Tying run, 180 feet from home, and a 1-2 pitch. Swung on and hit into the glove of the first baseman. Hannes has been the man defensively all day for Ketchikan, and his great defense closes it out. Juneau comes up 1 run short in its final rally, and it's a 12-11 victory for Ketchikan. Quite unlike their 2-0 victory over Juneau the other day. This one was a slugfest.
Basically polar opposites of what happened last time around, where hitting couldn't quite get going, but from here, Ketchikan got it started in the first inning with 3. I mean, that's a... And you even have 4 runs in the top of the 8th, 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Juneau just barely not able to get the lead, and Ketchikan moves on to the championship game, or championship day, versus the Wasilla Road Warriors.
Quick rundown of the final stats for Juneau in the loss. It was multi-hit days for Landon Simonson, who had 2 RBIs. Kason Ludeman and Porter Nelson. Nelson crossing the plate with 3 runs. And Midnight Suns' clear player of this game was Oliver Mendoza, tournament record, 5 hits. He goes 5 for 5, drives in a pair, and scores 3 runs to get his team within 1 in this loss. Tough way to end the season for the Midnight Suns, who finish up with a record of 15-13 on the season, so still a winning mark for the Midnight Suns. Congratulations on a solid campaign for them. For the Kings, it was Bubba Williams going 2 for 4 with a pair of runs scored and an RBI. Tarek Brown continued his hot tournament, 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs and 3 runs scored. Trevor Sayer goes 1 for 3 and scores a pair of runs. Hayden Trudeau 1 for 2 and drives in 3 runs, including what ended up being the winning RBIs there in the 8th inning on his single there. And Ben Phillips with a 3 for 4 day in the 9-hole. And our Alaska 529 College Savings Plan Smart Player of the Game from the Ketchikan Kings, Thomas Krasavagi. He went the first 5 innings on the hill. Not the best numbers on the hill, gave up 3 runs and 10 hits, but he kept his team in the ball game on a day where no pitcher really pitched well. And a little more importantly, later in the game, came through with a big tie-breaking run in the RBI in the top half of the 8th inning and finishes 2 for 4 with 2 runs scored and a game-high 4 RBIs to give his team the 12-11 victory and earn our Alaska 529 Smart Player of the Game. So for my broadcast partner, Ronan Clancher, and producer-engineer Luke Cooley, my name's Nate Sagan, saying thank you for joining us at AlaskaLegion.com. Ketchikan Post 3 Kings, 12-11 winners over Juneau today in the Matson Invitational.